This is a high to low cable press with an ipsilateral load. Now, I'm using a pulley system for my cable, but when you're at the gym, we want to set that cable to the highest position possible. We also want to be using a relatively light load to start off here. So there's quite a few points here for the setup. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to use this press to shift us back into this back hip. So for the most part, it's going to be that left hip. So in order to set up, I want the left foot slightly behind. The left foot, the toes are lined up with the mid foot of your right leg, okay? So right about there would be where I'm looking to set up in terms of foot position. Now I want you to push through this right foot, through the base of the big toe and the inner part of the heel. So 50% of my weight is pushing me back into that left back heel. So that's gonna orient my pelvis to the left slightly here, but I still have that 50% pushing with the other 50% into that back hip. So both of my feet are connected to the ground here. From here, I'm gonna tuck my pelvis ever so slightly. I'm gonna grab a hold onto that cable handle. Okay, so ever so slightly that pelvis is tucked. I'm gonna reach my other arm forward. Now we want that cable nice and high because we want the motion to be slightly down. We don't want to be pulling across. So what we're gonna do with that slight tuck, I've got that nice weight distribution. 50% of my weight's in that heel. I'm pushing through that inner part of the arch. I'm going to breathe out and press down. Breathe in, back out. Now as I push, I can kind of feel myself pulling into that left hip a little bit. So what we want to make sure of is that when we're rotating and coming back, a common mistake is that you pull too far back. Now notice how my whole torso came, and now my pelvis is orienting the other way. So we want to make sure that when we pull back, that our torso is still staying straight ahead, that we don't go too far forward, because I want our pelvis to continue pointing towards that left side. The second common mistake is that people push too hard down, where they actually come off of that back foot and forward onto that front foot. Remember, we want to stay heavy on that back heel.